sisters, my name is Shanieka Smith, and today, as part of the Academic Enhancement Program Quick Tips series, I want to talk to you about command words. Now, these are words we see in exams or any other form of assessment, and they guide or tell us exactly how to answer a question. It is important that we know these words because sometimes we do have the knowledge and the understanding, but because we don't know what the question is asking, we fail. Now, we don't want that. And so today I'm going to help you out a little bit. But before I get into talking about that, I first want to tell you a little bit about myself. First of all, I'm a Seacolite. Black and white, it's always right. And I'm also the founder of iApprove, which is a proofreading and editing business. We also do summarizing and referencing. Now, what I love about iApprove is that besides the paid services, we also have free services, free writing tips, free academic advice, and free consultation. So if you have a written assignment and you're struggling a little or a lot, you can consult with us and we will help you. Now, let's talk about command words. Command words can be divided into 3 sections, stages, or phases, whatever you want to call them. So the first stage is asking for you to recall knowledge and information. And because it's the first and simplest stage, you're most likely to see these in short answer or short answer essay questions. So the first one we want to talk about is define. So if the question asks for you to give a definition, the only thing you should do is give a definition. No elaborate explanation or discussion or anything of that sort. You give a specific definition and move on. Now, outline. Outline is similar to summarizing. So you have a bulk of information and you take the main points, throw away the minor details, take the main points, most important and most relevant, and you explain the relationship between each of the points. Now on to the second stage, which is asking for you to apply your knowledge and understanding. And the first one we want to talk about is describe. So to describe is to give a detailed explanation of your topic. So if you're describing something, you're going to talk about everything. You're not going to leave anything out. So to describe is to give a detailed explanation about a topic, idea, or concept. Next, explain. And this is a little bit more technical than describe because in explaining, you also describe. So you briefly describe, then you give reasons for the given issue. Just like when you didn't submit your assignment and you have to give an explanation in order to get an extension, you describe what happened. The rain was falling, there was no electricity, my devices were dead, I couldn't reach out to you, etc., etc. You briefly describe what happened or the situation, the issue, and then you give a reason for that issue. The next one is examine, and this is where you talk about essential details of a given issue. Say, for example, you're examining a pen. You're going to look at the size, the color, the shape, everything, and this is where you're going to talk about all the essential details of a given issue. Now on to the final stage, and this stage is the hardest, the one that we dread, the one with the most marks. Yes, and in this stage, you're asked to analyze and evaluate. So first, you recall the knowledge and information. Second, you apply. Third, you analyze and evaluate. The first word we want to talk about is discuss. And to discuss is to use your critical thinking skills to write a case for and against a given argument. You get the argument, you say, oh, I agree with this, no, I don't agree with this, and you tell why. Now we're going to talk about analyze. For analyze, you get a topic and you break it into parts and you use supporting arguments to talk about how each of the parts relate to each other. So you break the issue down, use supporting arguments, and talk about how they relate to each other. Now, evaluate, similar to discuss. This is where you're going to consider and write about the pros and cons of a given approach. Moving on to justify, we do this every day, and this is where we give reasons for and against a given statement. So, the sky is blue, justify. Oh, no, the sky isn't blue because, or the sky is blue because, justify. Now we're going to talk about assess, and this is where you weigh all the views regarding a topic and make an informed judgment about its value, strengths, and weaknesses So you read all the things, the articles, the books, and now that you have the knowledge, you're able to make an informed judgment, and you're going to use that to talk about its value, its strength, and its weaknesses. And that's it. So you can do some more research, find more command words and what they mean. Study hard for your exams. Remember, say you're a star. You got this. All the best.